Hi beautiful people, welcome back to the channel, Beautiful Awakening with Shantia. So today I have in store for you guys a special pick a card reading. We're going to be looking into why do people admire you? Why do they vibe with you? So this is going to essentially be a hype video where I get to hype you guys up and just make you feel good all around. And I hope you guys enjoy it. It's been a minute since I made one of these videos. As usual, I have 4 piles for you guys to pick. And I like to do a lot of free form for my readings. So just pick the crystal is usually what I do. Is I have you choose a crystal and then we just see whatever magic wants to happen in these readings. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. I really appreciate the support and the growth on this channel as well as my other channel. So on my other channel, I've created a new series called Worthy, Flirty, and Thriving. This is a new series that I'm pouring my passion into, where I'm helping to offer wisdom and advice about things I've genuinely experienced, things that have helped me, like what actual tools have I used to help apply to my situation so that I can improve the quality of my life. And that is essentially what I'm dedicated to helping people to create, is a higher quality of life for themselves and understanding their empowerment. It's also why I felt so inspired to create this channel. That is what these videos are about. They're here to help you feel charged up to create real change in your life. So claim it energetically, but then also claim it in your actions and taking inspired action in your life and actually, moving and obtaining the dream life that you've always wanted. We all deserve that. And that's what I'm here to help you to create, is the dream life and become the dream version of yourself that you've always desired to be. As far as the dream version of yourself, it's if you can obtain that inner fulfillment within yourself and just feel it in your body and feel that in your experiences, wherever you're at, you're going to be happy no matter what. And I'm also here to help you claim your desires. So if you're new to this channel is dedicated to your transformation, your alignment, as well as your healing. I'm here to help you make that butterfly transition, okay? I'm here to help you to really become, again, the person you've always dreamt of becoming, who you've always desired to become. I'm also here to help you get in alignment. So that's why these messages are channeled straight from my heart. They're alignment messages. They're here to help you elevate and raise your vibration and raise your energy to the roof, okay? Raise it to the roof. Okay, so remember to take what resonates and to leave what does not resonate. You're in the driver's seat of your life. You are the CEO. You are the creator of your reality. You're the one who gets to decide how you respond to life situations. Life may be challenging, but it's you who gets to decide that you are not the victim. You are empowered to create change for yourself. I'm also going to be introducing a new series coming up, where I'm going to be talking more about channeling and tapping into your intuitive abilities. A lot of people have, they come to me asking, how can I do this? Guys, I created this channel. It'll be 5 months, November 20-something, 5 months. And then about 2 to 3 weeks into creating the channel, I decided, hey, why not do tarot? And that was pretty much when things clicked. But prior to that, I had been channeling for years. I just didn't know I was doing it. I didn't have a word for or words for it. I just thought my mind and words just always made sense to me. So I'm like, if you're a writer, you probably are a channeler when it comes to words. If you're an artist, you're probably a channeler when it comes to images. So it just depends on how you want to click into that. So I'm going to start a new series on this channel where I'm talking about the esoteric stuff and how we can tap into our intuitive abilities, because what I'm here to help you do is trust your intuition. It's great that you can come to me. I love this. This is for entertainment. This is to help elevate your life. But personally applying what you learn, doing one-on-one coaching or getting tarot readings that really individualize your personal experience is what's going to help you to create like real shifts and changes for yourself. So I'll be creating that new series, and then we'll see if it becomes like an official like workshop or course, because I'm also considering doing that, because I have so many ideas about how I want to open into that space, but I'm co-creating with the universe how to do it. So it's not a process that can be rushed. So it's something I'm gonna have to intuitively feel into. By the time I upload this video, hopefully after I've uploaded this video, I will be doing my new live. So I plan on doing my live next Sunday, which will be November 12th. Yes, November 12th. So if you guys are available for that, it will be in the evening Pacific time. So Pacific Standard Time is when I'm going to be doing it, in the evening, because that's when it's quiet here. And that's when it works for me. So if people are here, that's great. If people are not here, that's fine. We're going to do some pick a card readings. We're going to do a collective message and just have fun and have a party. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to the point where you get to pick and choose your crystal. Hi, beautiful souls. Welcome to the point where you get to pick and choose your pile. So let me go ahead and introduce the piles to you. We have pile number 1 with the amethyst. We have pile number 2 with the sodalite. Pile number 3 with the vanadinite. And then we have pile number 4 with the tangerine quartz. So please take your time. Meditate on the crystal or the crystals that best suit you. Inhale and exhale deeply. Here is your singing bowl. Okay, pile number 1 if you chose the amethyst, and then we're going to go ahead and start with you. Hi, pile number 1. If you chose the amethyst, and this is going to be your reading. So I'm going to start off with picking up on energies, and then I'm going to read your crystal and pull cards. So guides, why do people admire pile number 1, and why do they vibe with pile number 1? Okay, so I mean, the first thing that's coming through right away is that people admire your spirit, and I feel like your optimism or your ability to kind of look up. So I was like seeing a figure with its arms spread out, looking up into like the sky. So I feel like you're always looking up. You're always trying to find the positive in the situation, the silver lining in the situation. I was getting like you have really, really good energy. So I feel like you know how to just like bring it out or bring it up or even bring it out of other people too. I was actually hearing someone too with like a really enthusiastic, kind of like a loud voice. So maybe you say exactly what's on your mind. I'm getting definitely this pile. People really enjoy your sense of humor. And I think you just have a bright, bold, resilient spirit about you. That's really coming through. There's something about seeing the full picture or seeing the whole picture or being open. So I think you have a way of helping people see things in a brighter light, or seeing the full picture or the brighter picture or the whole picture, so that they're not just seeing one perspective. You really challenge people to think from like all perspectives and to see things differently. I think your energy is also quite wholesome, and people also admire this too, because I was seeing like a circle. I'm hearing in my head, like, where do you get all that energy? So I think, again, that's kind of coming through for some of you in this pile. You just have a lot of really good energy, good vibes that people pick up on. I think you're a really fun person to talk to, just in general. People really admire, I think people admire your curiosity for life. Maybe you have an insatiable or like an open, infinite, overflowing curiosity about life. Because I was like seeing someone sitting at a table, engaging people in a conversation or talking about things that intrigue them. I think you're very intrigued by certain things in life, and this intrigues people, essentially. I think you wear your heart on your sleeve as well. Yeah, that was something that came through right away. You wear your heart on your sleeve. People admire this about you because you have like a vulnerability that sort of comes through you, comes through your energy, comes from you, emanates from you. And I think a lot of other people, they're more insecure. Well, people, they can be insecure. It takes time to learn. But I think people can be insecure about sharing their feelings or being open because they're afraid of being disappointed or hurt. I feel like people just feel like you've been resilient, like you've been defeated or you've gone through struggles, but you've gotten back up. So people really admire this about you. Like I'm really getting this Like I'm hearing people say like, how did you figure out how to get back from that or bounce back from that situation? How's it after you've been disappointed? Like you're this positive, this bright, this optimistic, this willing to look forward to life in general. And like, where are you getting that from? I just keep getting that. Yeah, you guys have like a really open vulnerability about you. You unveil what's on your heart. You talk about what's on your heart. And yes, people most definitely like that about you. Okay, let me see what else I can pick up. Okay, so people most definitely have admired your transformation and your growth. People have seen you grow and just grow into yourself as well. I was seeing like a small butterfly and then I saw a big butterfly. So I think people have seen your progress, like you putting in the effort and the work to build yourself and elevate yourself as a person. But I think you also have this willingness to transform yourself, go through multiple transformative phases where you're just like, okay, you go through one butterfly stage and then you go through another and then another. It's like you're always evolving. And people really admire this about you because it's like every 2 to 3 years, if they see you, they're like, who are you? You're a different person. Seems like you're really, stretching yourself, and they admire this about you. Okay, I'm hearing the words bounce in my head. So some of you guys might have like a really bouncy, I don't know if it's like physically you're a very bouncy person, or it could be the cadence of your voice is very bouncy. It could be what you make people feel. You rejuvenate people and you make them kind of bouncy. So that's coming through. Now I'm being taken to Tigger from Winnie the Pooh. So maybe some of you guys have a personality that's kind of like Tigger. Tigger, honestly, if I were to categorize Tigger, I would say he's like a Sagittarius, right? He just seems kind of very carefree. If you guys have ever seen Winnie the Pooh, he's very carefree. He has this like really playful personality. So I think you guys have a very strong inner child that people really like and admire as well. I don't really know that much about Tigger. It's been a long time since I watched Winnie the Pooh. But he seems a little mischievous, so maybe you have a mischievous side to you as well. Okay, so you guys got the amethyst. Really cool. I like this crystal. Pretty powerful. To me, this is very much symbolic of your resilient spirit here. I feel like you guys have been willing to transform yourself from the inside out. I mean, it's amethyst, so it's very psychic, intuitive crystal. This is about delving deep and inwardly to understand yourself. So I think that's what people really admire. It's like you've delved deep. They get this sense, or maybe they've heard it from your story, that you've delved deep into understanding yourself on a understanding the layers of like your human psychology, how you operate in this world, so that you can learn how to illuminate your spirit. Yeah, I'm like seeing a little chip. So it's like people know you've taken losses in life, but they admire that you just kind of keep going on and proceeding forward. But there's something about speed and momentum for this pile. It's like you don't let, even if you have been disappointed, you don't let anything stop your momentum. And maybe that's why I'm getting Tigger too, because he was kind of like a fast, I don't know. He was bouncy, that's for sure. He could bounce, but there's like a fast energy about you. It's like you don't let things take you down for too long. It's like you find a way to get back up. And I think this is just like the pace at which you're moving in life right now. Like people just kind of catch on that you're moving forward. You're moving with the momentum of your life. You're seizing the day is what I'm hearing. Yeah, so I'm getting at people really admire your strength. Maybe some of you guys are physically strong, but people definitely admire your it feels like a philosophical spiritual strength. Like this keeps coming through for this pile. You have like a spiritual strength about you that people really find admirable. It's like that's the way your spiritual essence comes through. I think we all have like our own spiritual essence, and yours is like strength, endurance. It's like you just keep moving forward with this kind of resilient nature, and stepping into your power more and more. Connection-wise, I feel like I'm getting teacher vibes from this pile because I'm seeing a bigger figure and then I'm seeing a smaller figure. And I feel like some people really see you as a teacher. They really admire this about you. It's like you're willing to teach them about life and how life works and operates. I'm seeing this figure lean in. So I feel like you guys have this thing about you where you lean in. You really want to know people on a personal level and understand who are you. But people also feel like I'm seeing like something small. So I think there's like an expansiveness about your energy. And people sometimes it's not that they feel small in it. When I'm saying small, I'm not thinking like insecure small. It's more like they feel like a child, like they're learning from you. They're learning from you. Okay, why do people vibe with you? I mean, it's the amethyst here, and I am getting like a lot of spiritual ethereal energy. So you guys might have some intuitive abilities or psychic abilities that people really admire. They admire, I think it's like the way you tap into it. You're very fluid. That's what I'm getting. It's like it's like you're very fluid with it. It's not this weird thing. It's just a part of who you are. I think you wear it proudly, or it's just a part of you and you embrace. Like you talk about it or you emanate it kind of effortlessly without really trying to. I'm a spiritual person. This is how you need to live life. It's just a part of who you are. I get that people really admire that you're sincere, you're honest. You know, you are who you are, you're authentic. You're not trying to be anyone or anything. You just are who you are. And they really admire this, your ability to be yourself. I'm seeing someone carry someone else on their back. I think you really support people. You provide a really beautiful support system for people. Like I'm seeing, yeah, you support people on your back. So it's like you're willing to carry people with you, carry people with you through the journey, lift people up, essentially. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull some tarot and see, why do people admire / vibe with you? Why do people admire my pile number 1 guides and vibe with them? Ace of Swords. So you're brilliant. Again, about the communication, the ideas, the way you think, it's your mind. It's you give a lot of people clarity. This is what they admire. It seems like you think quite clearly, or you're able to see things quite clearly, communicate them clearly, as well as give them clarity about how they can operate in their life. There's a directness about your energy. There's a directness. Again, it's about like the authenticity. It's like who you are is who you say you are. Who you are is who you say you are. You kind of come through with a very like clean, direct energy towards people. So I feel like people really feel safe in your presence because they don't feel like you're trying to be anything else but who you are. You're innovative. You got a lot of ideas. You think, again, this is kind of coming through again. You think, you process things, you have a curiosity for life. But it just seems like maybe also you're just always having breakthroughs. You're always having this understanding or this insight. You're very insightful to talk to. You're very insightful to be around. So it's like people will be in a very foggy place in life until they're around you or having a conversation with you. And now they're like, okay, I see clearly now what was happening. I think overall, like people feel like you've been able to create a lot of like success for yourself or victory. So it's like people sense that you're always going to be on that path to achieving success. So I was kind of picking that up with the momentum coming through with the amethyst. You may have some like really impeccable communication abilities as well. We have Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. So you may be an impeccable communicator. Your words, the way you say things. I just feel like people just like, it clicks. When you speak, it clicks. You're intelligent. You're focused. You know what you want out of life. You have a certain vision that you're trying to create for yourself. That's created energetically as well as what you're trying to create externally in your life. But I just keep getting like with this hand out, it's like you want to share these ideas with people. You want to help people clear the clutter, with the sword. You want to help them clear the clutter. Maybe you can also be quite direct sometimes and just like say things. And people are like, whoa, that was very direct. Okay, tell us more. Why do people admire this pile? Ooh, okay, we got Lovers, Gemini energy here. What am I getting from this card? My personal value system lead me to love. Okay, so I think people really admire your value system. I think you have a high regard, high self-respect for yourself, and people admire this. I think people appreciate and have a respect for the choices you've made in life. I think people have seen you struggle, but they've seen you make better choices and then better choices in your life. All around, like with this Gemini energy and the Lovers, I think you're just fun to talk to, fun to be around. You have this lighthearted energy or this bright spirit about you. You may also have quite a really nice balance of masculine and feminine energy about you that people really enjoy. Because, yeah, I think this is like, it's a very ideal balance, I think, for people to have, is like the masculine and feminine energy, if they can. I think people feel like you're in touch with your feminine side, your emotions, your feelings, your intuition, but you're also assertive. You know, there's an assertiveness about you and the way you talk and carry yourself that people really like and admire. Yeah. Can you clarify the Gemini, or sorry, the Lovers, please? Again, with you wear your heart in the sleeve, on your sleeve. You have the Judgment card. Yeah, so you just have really good judgment. People really admire this about you. Yeah, they're doubling down on this. They're doubling down, and this is my daily choices. My daily choices. Like, people just appreciate and they admire, like, the choices you make in life and how you're always able to make better choices. They understand that you've gained wisdom through, like, making choices, bad choices, and then better choices, and then better choices. And you've built this ability to just be impeccable with your judgment, or be a lot better. Anyways, we have the Pluto there. So people really admire the transformations you've gone through here, the rebirths you've created for yourself. You have this, you know, again, bright spirit where you're just like holding your hands up to life and you're just like, all right, life, let's go. Take it on. Let us take it on. We have 2 angels here. There may be an angelic presence about you that people really enjoy and like. I was kind of getting that with the amethyst as well. Very spiritual, angelic presence. Or you just seem like you're very protected by your angels, by your guides, or you're in tune with it, or you're very connected to them. Okay, so let us see what else people admire about you. Ooh, we have Ace of Cups. Wow, with the King of Cups. That's crazy. Okay, so people really think you're emotionally intelligent. People really think you're an emotionally intelligent person. When it comes to your emotions, again, you wear your heart on your sleeve. This pile, some of you guys really wear your heart on your sleeve. You talk about the things you love. You share the things you love. You're in love with life. What else? I think you're always kind of showing people, like, you're trying to tap into your fulfillment, or what brings you joy, what makes you really feel good. You seem to have like an overflow, an outpouring of energy, like of love, of feelings to offer to other people. But all in all, I think people just think you're emotionally very intelligent. You're the person that people admire to go to for advice on, like, what to do in their relationships and their connections, because it just seems like you understand how relationships work with the Lovers and the Ace of Cups and the King of Cups here. Again, with the masculine energy, you know, you're assertive. You're assertive about talking about your feelings, about what you want as well. What else can I get from the King of Cups? I think people just feel like you're in tune, again, with that energy. The people feel like you're just very in tune with life. You go with the flow, but you're in tune, but you're assertive as well. You're available. I think people also admire, you can also be quite creative. I'm getting more intuitive right now. I think you have like a lot of ideas, but I'm definitely getting very intuitive. Someone who just knows how to operate when it comes to people in relationship situations. There's a maturity about you. Again, this is coming through very strongly. There's a maturity about you. You hold your own, is what I'm hearing. You really know how to hold your own. And you're in touch with your feelings in a very healthy way. What else do I want to say? And you give really good advice. The good advice is coming through very strongly. You guys are my counselors, for sure. My counselors. My 24/7 therapist. I think people just find you a joy to be around in general. A joy. And I would say attractive, too, with this energy. Yeah, I would say attractive. It's like there's a fluid attractivity about you. It's like a magnetic attraction, I would say. It's like magnetic as well as cerebral attraction about you. Okay, let's do one more, and then we'll pull some oracle cards. I'm Having a lot of fun. Oh, you guys got the Ace of Wands. Yeah, there's just something fresh about your energy. Okay, guys, check this out. You guys got Ace of Swords, Ace of Cups, and Ace of Wands. So there's something about your energy that just feels fresh. Again, it's like a bright spirit, very fresh, where it's like it doesn't feel as though people can tell you've gone through things in life, that you've gained this wisdom, but at the same time, it just feels like there's just this openness. There's an openness to you. There's an openness to your vibe, an expansiveness to your energy, where it just seems like you're open. You're open with who you are. You're open with what you want. You're also passionate. Okay. So without a question, I would say attractive, but it's this, I think you give this people this like fresh energy. Like they feel like they want to refresh their energy when they've been in your presence. It's this feeling of like, okay, how can I refresh my life now? Because I've had this conversation with this person and now I want to start something. I want to do something. I think you really inspire people to start new things or get things going. So you guys probably have a lot of cardinal, maybe some of you have a lot of cardinal energy in your chart. So that's Aries and Libra. Who else? Is that Cancer and Capricorn? Or am I wrong? Who knows? Maybe not. But there's something about you that like you know how to initiate things and inspire people to do things. You're an initiator. You initiate your life here. I feel like you're always finding new passions here. Talented. You take action. A lot of excitement. There's just a lot of excitement around your energy in general. You just always seem excited. And I feel like you're offering to, like, look at this. There's like Ace of Swords, Ace of Cups, Ace of Wands. It's like, not only are you experiencing this in your own energy, it's like you offer this experience to share with other people. Like they feel like when they're around you, you're offering insight. You're offering, you know, this outpour of emotions and overflow of happiness and joy. You're outpouring your, sharing with people passion in general. When people are in your presence, they vibrate, they rise to your vibration level where they're seeing things new again. They're feeling refreshed. And they're on the level of like, wow, I'm excited about this idea. I'm excited about these emotions. I'm excited about this passionate thing I want to do. Okay. Really, really exciting. Okay, let's move on to some oracle cards. Why do people admire you? Why do people vibe with you? I was just getting, there's something about your character I think that's quite honorable as well. Because my eyes directly went to this word gossip here. I feel like you guys you do the opposite. So you're very discerning about like your words and how you talk about things or people. And people admire your maturity in that sense. Okay, why do people admire my pile? Why do people admire my pile? Number 1, guides. Okay, any minute. Any minute. They got a special one cooking up for you. I can feel it. You guys are attractive. Oh, that's so funny. Okay, so people really admire your beauty, my dear. People find you very attractive. It can't get any more obvious than that. But you illuminate it from the inside out. You have a strong, like, vibe in general. But you illuminate your beauty from the inside out. So I think people just really admire, like, the way you put together your looks, your hair, your makeup, your clothes. I think it inspires them. Yeah, you are very creative. So we have here Ace of Cups, King of Cups. These are like actually all these energies are very creative. Like with all these aces, very innovative. So I think you're very innovative about your beauty. Let me see what else I can pick up from this card. I think you're just kind of confident about your own like features and what you got going on. I just feel like she doesn't have too much going on, even though she has a little bit of blue eye makeup. It's her stare to me. It's like maybe there's something about you. I was actually seeing someone like lean into someone. So that maybe there's something about your eyes that's really alluring and that pulls people in. The way that you stare at people or you might not even be staring at them. It's just your stare in general. Like people find your stare very pretty, very beautiful here. Hair. She has a lot of hair. So I'm going to say hair too. The way you wear your hair and the way you decorate yourself. Looks like she's wearing earrings. Yeah, I feel like you keep it quite simple, but it's like maybe like an organic beauty for a lot of you guys. It's like an organic beauty where you're just sort of You're enhancing the qualities that you already have. It seems like you're quite comfortable with what you got going on, and you just enhance it here. But there's like it's like your energy really that makes you very attractive, I would say, times 10. But you're very comfortable, I think, in your skin. She seems really comfortable in her skin. Maybe some of you guys have tattoos that people find beautiful as well. But 6 is about the heart and following the heart. So I think your heart is what makes you the most beautiful of all. I'm hearing the One Direction song, "That's what makes you beautiful." And then that's all I know, because I'm terrible with lyrics. Okay, why do people admire this pile? You guys got 2 6s. Maybe I can look that up. I mean, I know it's about the heart and nurturing. Whoa, you guys are Kali, Liberator. Yeah, so again, about the spiritual strength coming through very strongly. You got Kali. Kali's fierce. There's a fierceness about you. So people admire your fierceness. It's like you push through. Liberator energy is all about, again, you offer this experience to other people. So this is about sharing an experience of expressing, feeling freedom within yourself, and then wanting to share it with other people. That's what you have. That's what you create. That's what you emanate from your energy. You have a freeness or a freedom or a free-spiritedness about you. Maybe also a passionate side to you, right? So I'm actually getting with this Liberator Kali, like maybe there's some things that you feel very passionately against or towards that you advocate for. And you're just like, I have to talk about this. I need to help people understand this better. I need to help people understand how they can free themselves. Like you feel very passionate about guiding people, guiding your friends, guiding your family, and helping to encourage them how to make better choices in their life. Kali is all about, she creates destruction for the sake of purification. So you may have had a period in your life where you turned very much inwardly to like deconstruct a lot of what was going on in your system. Maybe there have been times where, without question, I feel like with all this new fresh ace of energies here and this Liberator, I think you guys have gone through spiritual awakenings where you've just gotten like this insight about, wow, I see life very differently now. And I feel like now you're on a path where you're sharing this experience with people. You're helping them to understand like why we need this insight. Why do we need to be in touch with our intuition? She has this jewel sitting on her, around her third eye here. What's with the blue? Isn't that interesting? They got blue on their eyes. What is that supposed to symbolize? It symbolizes something. It's like warrior paint or war paint, kind of. But you're like a peaceful warrior. You are a peaceful warrior. You are a spiritual warrior. That's what people admire about you. It's a spiritual, but all around, it's like this openness. Your energy is very open. You're very open about what you believe in here. Yeah. What else? The knives, sharp. Kali's fierce. She doesn't... I'm sorry. I'm just like thinking back to a conversation I had with my parents because I was like, okay, anyways, I feel like you guys maybe on occasion, like you'll just let it, like you'll let people have it, or you'll just let them know like what you think. You can be direct. Again, with the Ace of Swords coming out, I wouldn't be shocked. You guys can be quite direct. So 5 is about embracing change. 5 and 2 is connected to 5 and 2 add up to 7, which is divinity. 2 is about connection. Yeah. Again, about embracing the transformative phases in your life and a willingness to create anew and purify yourself from the inside out. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull some more cards and see what do people admire about you and vibe with you. But your vibe is very, it's like a lot of intellect. We got swords again here. So intelligence as well as just intuitive and like passionate. Okay. We have 35 pathway. So we have the butterflies. Look at that. We were talking about transformation. We got butterflies all along the pathway here. Beautiful. Butterflies. Okay, so yeah, you guys most definitely have embraced change. You've learned how to ground yourself better, and you've learned how to find your way. Like you trust your way, you trust your pathway. People really admire that you seem to know what path you're creating for yourself, as well as like the path that you're going in life. You seem to know where you're going in life. And it seems like you're going towards the light. So you're choosing the light. People admire this about you. People admire, again, the transformative phases you've gone through. 5 again about change. You embrace change. You're all for change. You're with all these aces, you are definitely the pile of change. It's like, okay, I'm ready for change now. Now I'm ready for change now. Now I'm ready for change now. Like, you're always ready for it. 3 and 5 add up to 8, which is about prosperity and abundance and I would say grounding. So I think people do feel like you are grounded, or you found a way to ground yourself in this reality of the chaos of life. I think people also definitely sense and pick up that you have seen the chaotic side of life. Spiritual strength here, spiritual warrior. What else? I just heard you help them find their way. There we go. You help them find their way. People feel like you help them find their way. Okay, what do people admire about this pile? And why do they vibe with them? Take note of intuitive messages. You're very intuitive. You go with the cycles of life. You understand that life has cycles, and you go with the cycles of life. It's very like, for you, it's like quick, is what I'm getting. It's like you kind of know, you just kind of sense when change is in the air. Again, about the change, you sense when there's shifts in the air, and you adjust to them accordingly, and actually quite quickly. I almost want to say that people can't, with all these aces, sometimes people are like, whoa, that was fast. Like, this person's on to the next. But it's because you're just intuitively going with the flow of life. So there's like this part of you where there's momentum, but you're not quite forcing it. It seems quite natural and organic for you, and people admire this. It seems like you know yourself intuitively, or you just know, or you sense things. Again, psychic intuition for this pile. Why do people admire my pile number 1? That was weird. Should we take it? I don't know. That fell out weird. Let me try shuffle this after I collect it awkwardly in my hands. Okay. If it's meant to come out, it'll come out. Why do people admire my pile number 1? Why do people admire my pile number 1? Beautiful. Okay, so we have here slave, surrendering your power of choice to divine with complete trust. Wow. Yeah, you guys have like a lot of spiritual strength about you. You're very intuitive about trusting or being in touch with spirit, with your guides. Angels, you just seem to let life move you and shift you. And people admire this because it takes courage to do that. I think to just like let and allow. There's an allowing about you. You just kind of allow, you go with the flow of life. People really admire this about you. We have child eternal. Yeah, that inner child energy is strong for this pile. Determination to remain young in body, mind, and spirit. Ability to see things with fresh eyes. Yep. Again, the fresh eyes, the butterflies, the aces. You just kind of have a way of just, okay, you open up to life continuously. You don't let it get bogged. You don't get bogged down by any means. Excuse me. Okay, so why do people admire my pile number 1? This is so fun. I feel like I'm just getting started, but we're like easily 20 minutes in. Why do people admire my pile number 1? House 3, and clarify the house 3. Taurus. Okay. Yeah. So again, I was saying this earlier. I feel like people just have a sense like they can trust you. There's a stability about you. Even though you're very intuitive and you go with the flow of life, there's there's a trust about you. People feel like you're dependable and trustworthy and steady. Taurus, again, is connected to Venus. So they could just, again, think you're physically attractive, beautiful. They admire your beauty. To me, earth signs have really nice, really nice bodies, or really like nice physical, strong features about them, or like earthy features or natural features about them. So I think people think you have really nice natural features. You might have like a natural sensuality about you as well that comes out. I wouldn't doubt it with all of this like moving energy. And you got beauty here. So you may have a natural sensuality about you that people really admire, and it just kind of emanates. Yeah. And I'm going to say you're patient with yourself too. You have an ability to just kind of be patient with yourself, or steady, trustworthy, patient with life. So with this house 3, people feel connected to you. So this is like your ideas. I think, again, teacher energy for this house 3. You have this ability to teach people and help them learn and understand things and open their minds to possibilities. There's a lot of community energy I think I was getting from picking up from this pile. So I think you're in tune with your communities, and your communities enjoy your vibe, your energy. Let's see what else we can pull. We have here, Lord Ganesh, infinite abundance, obstacles are being removed, spiritual support and connections are increasing. Yeah, so you guys have this like infinite abundance about you. So you're just open to the overflow of life. So I think people feel like you're the type of person who just kind of lands on your feet because you trust. You trust and you're connected. You trust and you're connected. You have this like infinite abundance. It just seems like, I heard good luck charm. I think people feel like you're a good luck charm. You're a good luck charm. Why do people admire my pile number 1? Look at that. Transformation. Yeah. So people admire your transformation. They feel like you're a different person. You're not the same person you used to be. They really admire this about you. I really admire that about you. They have a lot of respect for that. You embrace change all the time, and you're always expanding your energy. Okay. Why do people admire my pile number 1? Confidence. Okay. Yeah, people feel like you're quite confident. I mean, that if there's a quality to admire in people, it's definitely that. So 32, confidence. By earth and air, water and fire, let my confidence take light, burn higher. Yeah, it just seems like you're, I mean, with this transformation, I feel like people see you stepping into your confidence, you know, as time goes on. It just seems like you're becoming more confident in yourself, more confident in your abilities, and people really admire this about you. So 3 and 2 add up to 5, which is again about change. So a lot about change and embracing change for yourself. I'm not going to look up 6. 6 is connected to the heart, so let's just stick with that. For sure. But your confidence comes from within. So I feel like you don't really try to seek a lot of validation from outside. With all these aces, there's a lot of like internal meditative energy where it's like you reflected on how to create more confidence for yourself. So I think people feel like you're very much a child of the divine, where you've been able to kind of connect with the universe and be raised by the universe and just kind of trust on how to build and amplify and from within. Because she has her eyes closed and she's confident. It's like how she has her eyes closed and she's confident because she just trusts like the universal power. You know, we have the orange, so sacral chakra energy, passionate, you follow your gut instincts beautifully. Okay, we'll do one more and then that's it. I gotta go. Why do people admire or vibe with my pile number 1? Again, about the community. I gotta get another one. It's just repetitive. Yeah, you're very open to your community. You connect to your community. You're available to people. About the 8, again, stability. So I think people really feel like you're a stable presence to come to and return to in the community, to rely on. You're a very reliable person in the community. Wow. Again, people look up to you. I'm definitely getting that. In your community, they look up to you. We have here, last one, soul lesson, trust, root chakra. Yeah, and we have Frida Kahlo and number 1. So I think you're number 1, pile number 1, but also you just trust yourself. So soul lesson, trust. You trust yourself. You celebrate life. You celebrate creativity. You let things overflow and come through you and move through you. You're a vessel for love. You're a vessel for life. With this root chakra, again, there's a groundedness about you. Before, no pentacles came out, but I felt it in the energy. There's a groundedness about you. Even though, you know, you have all these ideas and you're constantly going through transformation and change, you stay rooted to life. You stay rooted to yourself above all. All right, pile number 1, alignment message for pile number 1, and then we'll end it. We have here K2 in Pisces in the 8th house. So that's about intuition and emotions. Let me pull some clarifiers really quick. So maybe you guys need to do a little bit of a release. This doesn't feel like a dark message. I'm not getting that. K2 in Pisces in the 8th house. I'm feeling like be open is what I'm getting from that. Like be open to more. It's like this is just the beginning is what I'm getting. So we have here 6 of Swords. Oh yeah, okay, so 8 is about change. Oh, there's more change coming towards you. You're the embrace change pile, but there's more change that wants to come towards you. Tell me more about the K2 in the 8th house in Pisces, please. What's this about? Whoops. That was craziness. Yep. I felt something was coming. So yeah, just get ready. There's some change coming in your guys' life. So the alignment message is to follow your intuition. They want you to intuitively just like trust yourself or trust what's coming in, because there's like change coming in your life. It looks like abundance, right? You're infinitely abundant. So I think there's more abundance that wants to come into your life, whether it's a new job or maybe an opportunity to move somewhere else. But they want you to be open to more. I'm getting like be more receptive to more coming towards you, because I feel like you change yourself from the inside out when it comes to who you are and your personality and your traits. But they want you to be open to like more things coming to you, more abundance coming towards you. Yeah. Okay, so pile number 1, I'm going to go ahead and end your reading here. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Have a beautiful day or evening. Let me know if it resonated. Down below is my information if you'd like to work with me personally or get a tarot reading from me. All my information is down there. Have a beautiful day or evening for the second time. Bye. Hey, pile number 2, if you chose the sodalite, that this is going to be a reading. So I'm going to start off with picking up on energies, and then I'm going to read your crystal and then pull cards. So we are looking into what do people admire about you? Why do they vibe with you as well? Guides, dial me into the energies of pile number 2. Why do people admire my pile number 2? Okay, so the first thing I got was hook and sinker. I don't know what that means, but hook and sinker. I think that means that when it comes to your goals or what you're trying to achieve, you tend to be very good at doing it. So I think people admire your ability to just like achieve your goals. So it's like once you set your sights on something, your hook, I guess, on something, you get it, you achieve it. And I don't know if that's what it means, but that's the energy I'm picking up. I think people just feel like you target a goal and then you go for it and then you achieve it. And people really admire you have like this structure about you, this natural structure where you're able to achieve things that you want. People really admire that. Okay, I don't know. I heard the words messy flower. Messy flower. So to me, nature and flowers are like unapologetically beautiful. The messy to me is maybe like you have this ability to just like be yourself and be authentic. So you're not trying very hard. It's like if you're, I don't know, if you look a mess, people really admire you, just kind of go with it, or you make it work somehow. It's like you make things that they typically wouldn't be able to, you make it work for you. So I think people really admire this about you. I think they find it beautiful. Like maybe you're just really comfortable with your natural beauty, or you're very comfortable with the way that you, like I'm getting like clumsy or quirky. So it's like if you have like natural quirks or clumsiness, like people like that you're maybe very self-deprecating. You make fun of yourself and they like that. You don't take yourself too seriously. Okay, let's see what else I'm picking up. Okay, well, I was seeing an S. Maybe someone who's watching's name starts with an S, but I feel like it definitely meant more than that. It was a kind of chunky S. I mean, it was like a... Maybe that's going back to the hook again. So that's your energy. Okay, let me interpret this very abstract message my guides are sending me. It's like it starts small and then it gets bigger. So I think people admire in you. I'm getting like, I feel like for this pile, you guys are like the ambitious pile, or maybe you have like certain goals you're trying to achieve, right? Where you're starting out and it starts with like these small steps where you're like, you're doing your daily choices to build. Like you're the person who says, hey, I'm going to do this. And then you're saying like, I'm going to build a business, but it takes you like 5 years to do, but then you end up doing it and you end up achieving that success. So I feel like you're willing to wait like for results is what I'm getting. It's like you're willing to put in the effort to get long-term results. Ultimately, this is what they admire about you. Yeah. I mean, I think you also go with the flow too. It's kind of what I was getting from the energy. You go with the flow. You seem deliberate in the way that you intentionally create your life. I mean, I'm being taken to my cousin now, so she's very deliberate with how she speaks and how she lives her life. I think you're a planner. I think some of you guys are planners in this pile. People really admire your ability to plan and to strategize and think things through, essentially. Like getting a little bit of like, even though this is sodalite, it's very nurturing energy. You may also have quite a bit of like masculine energy about you too. Okay. Tell me more about my pile number 2 guides. I think there's something quite welcoming about you. People really admire this. I don't know if you bake or cook. If you do, then I think people really like your cooking, because I was getting like baked goods from this energy. It's like there's a welcomingness about a nurturing energy, like a mothering energy is what I'm being taken to. Like you have a warmth about you that people really like, where I don't know, they're having a hard day, they can come to you, talk to you about what's going on in their life and their feelings and what's happened, and you'll just like, you know, you rub them on the back and give them a cup of tea and say, hey, it's gonna be okay, it's gonna be all right. There's something, you know, very welcoming, very nurturing about your energy that people enjoy. Let's see. I think people really like your focus and your concentration. So I don't know if you guys, some of you guys are into sports or you're into like physically challenging yourself, but I think in general people like your focus. Like you have this ability, it's like if you want something, you're very patient and steady when it comes to moving towards it and working towards it as well. Okay, let's get into the energies of this lovely sodalite. Okay, there might be something about you that's like a risk taker. I'm hearing like liver of life. Like you want to live life, or you want to live the life. So I'm seeing someone like standing up and they're like hanging onto the edge, looking over. And they're saying, should I? It's like they want to jump off of a cliff to like jump into the water. It's like take a risk. But I'm really getting that this has to do a lot with your essence. Like, I feel like you're the type of person, people come around and you're the one who says, I want to do this, or wouldn't this be a cool idea or a crazy idea if I did this? And people are looking at you like, I don't know, kind of surprised. It's like your aspirations or your ideas. I'm getting like aspirations more. It's like you aspire to challenge yourself. You aspire to be more. You aspire for more. I think you can be quite inspiring, or it's like I'm getting like nostalgic or reminiscent is what I'm like, very poetic about how you talk about life. I'm being taken to a scene where a guy's talking in a movie about what's happened to him in his life and his childhood, and he's looking out far into the horizon of the land, and someone's just looking at him like maybe you guys are just storytellers, and they're just like, wow, I really admire, or I really like the way you pull me into this story. There's a soulful energy about you. This is my soulful crystal. So there's a soulfulness about you. There's a depth to you. I think sometimes you catch people off guard with what you say too. That's what I'm getting. There's a really peaceful energy about you. You have this I don't know, maybe there are times where people feel like you enter this state of peace or being centered within yourself, and I'm getting like you're very imaginative, or you go somewhere else in your mind sometimes, and people look at you and they're like, where were you? But I guess this is something they admire about you, because I'm getting like the sense that maybe if you are in a room where like things are like really busy, you can go to somewhere else in your head. And I don't know, they like this about you. They really like that you go somewhere else. You go somewhere else. Or you're in your own world at times, and people really like this about you. Because I think sometimes they're maybe more distracted and caught up in what's going on in life, but it seems like you're in your own world and at peace, or you're able to obtain some kind of peace here from within. Anything else I'm picking up from the crystal? Okay, I saw a frog. I don't know what that means. I don't know what frogs symbolize. They hop. They're amphibians. Your energy feels quite peaceful. I think people really like this like peaceful, slow, nurturing, calm energy about you. You have like an unbothered energy about you as well that people really like. Okay, let us pull some cards and see what do people admire about my pile number 2. Pile number 2, why do people admire you? Oh, nice. You guys got the 4 of Pentacles. Yeah, so you guys have like a sturdy energy. You might actually be good with money as well. But I think you guys just have like a stable energy about you. Safe is like what I heard immediately. People feel safe around you. You have like a safe, sturdy, steady energy about you. You're the type of person, it's like you're the same person regardless of like what experience you're going through. Like, let's say you're at an amusement park, you're the same person. Versus when you're at home, you have the exact same energy or vibe. It's like people just feel like you're very stable, sturdy, and calm. They can always look to you and you're always going to be who you're. Like, that's Bill over there. That's Bill, always being Bill. But they like it. They like it. Because you seem so sturdy, so grounded in yourself. What else can I get here? Secure. I think you're secure in yourself. People feel like you're quite secure. You're just secure in who you are and who you are. You're just, I am who I am. I'm very secure in that. And it's so funny. I was talking about my cousin and it says Sun in Capricorn and she's a Capricorn. Yeah, your energy is quite slow and like sturdy and steady. Yep. Okay. So I think you may be good with money as well. And just like taking care of your finances and not overdoing it. We got here the Hangman. Yeah, I think you guys, your energy is very mellow. We have here, it's time for a sacred pause, stillness, perspective. Let me get a clarifier for that one. But people, I think, really admire your chill. You got like an awesome chillness, and I just saw 12 on the clock, so I'll look that number up for you. You have like a chillness about you, where you're just like unbothered. They're like, wow, why is this person just like always chill? They're not bothered by anything. I think there's also an imagination about you. We have Neptune. Clarify the Hangman, please. Ugh, crazy shuffling over there. It's like you don't really hold on to like negative things. Like even if you do have negative things, you don't seem to hold on to it. Yeah, you guys really take your time to decide. This is like so taking me to my cousin's energy. She just always seems so thoughtful and methodical about her decisions. So like whenever she's deciding on something, she thinks it through very carefully. She thinks about the long-term impact as well as the short-term impact as well as the long-term impact. You guys are like planners. So I feel like you guys really think things through and you try to decide, is this what I want? Is this for me? Yeah. I think you also you have a nice detachment about you as well. A healthy detachment where you don't really hold on to anything. People really admire this about you. I really like this energy. Okay, let us keep pulling. Ooh, that was craziness. We got 7 of Swords and we have here the Wheel of Fortune. What an interesting combo. I ride the waves of life. 7 of Swords, making a break for it. Yeah, I think this is kind of the same thing. Like you have a very themed reading for this pile. It's like life may throw you curveballs, but you just seem to kind of get away or get out of it easily. It's like, how do you seem to always like get out of situations really easily, where just, I don't know, it doesn't turn into kind of any kind of drama. Probably because of your energy. You're not really interested in the drama of it all or making a big deal out of it. It's like, even if life does throw you curveballs, you're just like, well, that's life. You know, you deal with it and you move on. People really admire that about you. So, some cool words here. We have here flexible, strategy, resourceful. I think that's you. I think you're resourceful, you're flexible, and you strategize. So that's probably why you get out of things, because you don't really make a whole hoopla about it. You just try to think calmly. Okay, how am I going to approach this differently? How am I going to better this situation? So you have like a calm about you. I think you guys make like really good leaders for this pile, where people can look to you because you just have a calm, so you're not panicking about this or that situation. You're actually thinking things through. And I feel like with the Wheel of Fortune, you're definitely resourceful. Resourceful in terms of the experiences you've gone through life. You seem to have a record or like a library of experiences you've gone through that have taught you how to make better choices in life. Okay, what else? We have here Six of Swords, clarified by Calm Waters. Yes, that's you. Calm Waters. You're interested in, focusing on your healing, moving on to a better and brighter life. And we have the Empress. Yeah. You are interested in living. You're also very nurturing as well. I was getting that. So you're very much interested in creating a lot of harmony in your life. You're not interested in focusing on the negative. It's like, okay, we move on, right? We move on and we move on. Now I'm going to focus on my abundance and how I can create this beautiful energy within myself. I'm getting, you guys are quite intuitive, quite magnetic, feminine energy for this pile, very much so. You have a healthy masculine energy too. I think you have just sort of like an effortlessly giving nature about you. Also quite feminine as well. There's a passivity about you, but it's like a healthy passivity. Capricorn is actually a feminine sign, so it can actually be quite passive, even though it's Capricorn, which is interesting. But there's a receptivity, a passivity about you, where you seem kind of relaxed because you're very intent on not getting too involved in overthinking or overanalyzing your situation. It's like you want to move on as soon as you can and think through things as soon as you can and move towards a better future as soon as you can. Yes. Stability, again, is coming up. Relief. I think people most definitely feel like you are that comfort to be around. So it's like if they're going through a storm in their life, you're the person they want to go to just to feel comforted and safe. Yes. Okay, so let us pull some more oracle cards and see what do people admire about you and why do they vibe with you? What do people admire about my pile number 2? House 4, yep, super nurturing. What else? Neptune. Oh my goodness, you guys do have an imagination. Yep. So you guys may have like this like really hippie, chill vibe energy. That's like one scenario that's playing out. But you guys may also just be very spacey. Like, in your own world with this house 4 next to this Neptune here. I think you kind of create your own world. And you're really happy to be there, is what I'm getting. You have like a really peaceful, nurturing, comforting energy about you. I think you have a beautiful connection with your family that feels very effortless. I think you're just very aware of like what's going on in everyone's life. And again, I was getting like home goods, like cooked goods, home goods. That's your presence as well as maybe what you offer to people. Maybe you're just like, you cook really good food. I don't know. You may have people might actually really admire your home, or you may have a very beautifully decorated home with this 4 of Pentacles. And this Empress and this house 4, you may have a very beautifully decorated home because your personal world, your inner world is very rich. And so you like to surround yourself with things that remind you. I'm getting like very simple energy, but you guys may be very like overflowing with your creativity here. Your essence though is very dreamy. Very dreamy. It may be also the way you look too, because you're emanating this. I think you have a dreaminess too. You may have like a strong Pisces in your chart, where it just seems like you're connected to the ether, the all, the everything, very flowy with your ideas with life. I feel like you talk slowly. For some of you, I feel like some of you guys talk slowly and you really think about and people are just like they're holding on to your every word because you're very intentional or expressive about how you communicate, essentially. Yeah, you could be very imaginative, very creative, very otherworldly at times to people. Okay, why do people admire my pile number 2? Oh, look at that. You guys got communication. You guys got communication. So you guys do have actually, and we got 22 again. So you guys do have a very powerful imagination. You are definitely a dreamer. And you might take people to different worlds either through your writing or through your words or both. Definitely. Very beautiful. Yeah, I'm going to feel like a broken record if I keep talking about it. So let's see what else. 2 and 2 also add up to 4, which takes me to being grounded. Look at that, the moon. You guys are very intuitive. Very intuitive. Very go with the flow. What else do we have, y'all? The moon, Mama. So Iris communication, and we have Mama Killa, the moon. So you are about operating with the cycles of life. The cycles of life. A lot of ocean imagery is coming through for this pile. But maybe you like the water. Maybe that's just the energy that people get from you. It's like very flowy. But overall, I think you just have this like intuitive energy about you. Very calming, very trustworthy, very nurturing as well. Very feminine, very feminine for this spell because people really admire your feminine, intuitive energy. You may be also quite like just maybe like psychic intuitive. I'm getting like family is huge for this pile. I mean, with the house 4, I wouldn't doubt it, but she looks like a priestess in the tribe. So people might actually really go to, when it comes to like advice, right? With this communication, they may come to you for advice about what to do, how to live a better life. And you just kind of intuitively help them tap into like what they need to do here. So 3 and 2 add up to 5, which is about change. So you're about embracing change in your life and creating change and transitions in your life. Her body language is really pulling me. Yeah. I feel like you respect people's boundaries. That's what I'm getting from that. I think you really respect people's boundaries. That's why people feel safe around you. Okay, let's see what else people admire about my pile number 2. Oh, you guys got 22 in your pile number 2. We have here time to go, 45. Wow, people admire your ability to just go. You're gone. There's a lot about like leaving, like with the 7 of Swords, 6 of Swords, and this time to go. So there's something about you where it's like if you're done with something, whether it's like being at a party or finishing, let's say you're pursuing college, you're going to college for a degree. It's like you intuitively just know when you're done with something and you just leave. You don't hold on to things. You don't hold on to anything. It just seems like you're like, all right, on to the next, on to the next, on to the next. Maybe you also have this like really strong ability to leave things that don't serve you. And people admire that. You're just, you have a lot of self-respect for yourself. So you're not the type who's like, okay, yeah, I'm going to stay in this situation where I'm not being nurtured in a way that I offer nurturing. You just leave. You move on. Yeah. What else am I getting from that? I mean, I'm actually still getting like, you feel quite, your energy feels quite contained. It's like you keep it to yourself. But people do come to you. I am getting that. And they feel comforted by you, but it's like you are very okay with being on your own. Like being alone, being introverted, spending time in your own company. You're all about this. Being in your own world. People like that about you. Okay, tell us more. We have another 4 and 5 there. Why do people admire my pile number 2? Okay, I'm gonna take it. It says imagination. It kind of popped up. So we have your imagination now sets me free. Divine ones, I send my thanks to thee. 41. Yeah, so some of you guys, you may be artists, writers, into divination, all of the above. I think you guys are, people just really admire your imagination. You just seem to have an overflow of ideas, of creativity. And lost in your own world, man. You're lost in your own world. You bring people into your own beautiful, imaginative world. I really like this about you. It's like if you write a book or if you say a poem, people are just like, wow, that was like really inspiring, dude. I'm really, I'm really blown away by that. Why do people admire my pile number 2? Another 4 again. Yeah. Courage. You guys have the courage to like be yourself, do what you want to do. It's like you don't hold on to things. I think people feel often stuck. So that's what I'm getting. It's like people often feel stuck in their situation sometimes, and they look at you and you just seem kind of like a free spirit. So it's like if you feel called to leave or do something different, you have this courage about you where you're just ready to go. You're ready to make the shift should it call to you. You have no problem with this. You understand life has cycles. Things come to an end eventually. I think you courageously live your truth. You courageously live your truth. You courageously create and tap into your art. You are courageously yourself. Okay, what else? We have here warrior. Strength, skill, discipline, and toughness of will. Heroism, stoicism, and self-sacrifice in conquering the ego. Shadow attribute, trading ethical principles for victory at any cost, indifference to suffering inflicted on others. So there's something about you where you really fight for your truth. You really fight for the things that you believe in. But strength, skill, and discipline are really sticking out to me. I think you guys are quite disciplined. Right? You guys really think things through in terms of how you're going to approach it. People admire your strength in how you've been able to just kind of carry yourself through life, make better decisions for yourself, and acquire discipline as well. Why do people admire my pile number 2? Okay, we're almost coming to an end here. Look at that. So imprisonment 29. People have seen that you have gone through situations that have not served you and you've moved on. You've moved on. You're ready to create a new and better life for yourself. Like I'm seeing a woman sitting down with her friend and she's just like, I don't know how you're doing that. Like, I don't know how you've been able to do that. I don't know how you've been able to create that for yourself. That's incredible. So that is what they admire about you. You've also been able to unlock with this key lock here. You've been able to unlock your inner resources. This spirituality, I mean, very, very much you guys are this spiritual group, getting a lot of spirituality. I mean, as well as creativity and intuition, they're kind of the one and the same energy. But you've been able to unlock this beautiful place within yourself. And that's what people really admire about you. In spite of how messy the world can be. You know, life can be a little bit chaotic. A lot of it. We have your ascension, Surface Bay. Move into your true self, rise above the darkness. The light is here. Yeah. People have seen you go through really dark, negative situations that have been very challenging, very difficult. But still, you've risen above it. Still, you've found a way to like let the wheel of life turn. You didn't hold on to the negative. You moved on. You moved all the way on, is what I'm seeing. And you've ascended spiritually, emotionally, intuitively, beautifully. And I'm getting inspiring is what I'm getting for this pile. I feel like you really inspired people. Okay. Last one, and then we'll do an alignment message. Alignment message for pile number 2. 2 and 9 add up to 11. That's about self-mastery. We have here Uranus in the 4th house in Leo. What do people admire about my pile number 2? The gift of dance, Ara Chakra. Hey, pile number 2. So the camera cut off. I think it cut off. It was like 3 minutes. Was that? Yeah, I think it was about 3 minutes. Okay. So all around, you have this really nurturing, sweet, beautiful energy about you that people really love. So this is Ara Chakra, the gift of dance. I think people do find you quite beautiful, your essence quite beautiful. Your beauty, to me, it's quite dreamy, is what I'm getting. That's the flavor of your beauty or your attractiveness. It's quite dreamy. With this 31, 3 and 1 add up to 4 again. 4 is your number. It says, "You are so beautiful to me. I promise to love you forever." The gift of dance, Ara Chakra. I would definitely say for this pile, in terms of connections, like people really love you. I gotta say it. It feels deep and so soulful and so beautiful. I feel like people feel very connected to you on the soul level, or at least on the spirit level. They feel very connected to your spirit, your essence. It's so relieving for them. I've never seen, there's 2 faces in here other than the obvious one. Yeah, there's a lot about like connection and seeing into people and seeing their heart. I think you see into people's heart, and people admire this about you, because I think even the people who have disappointed you or hurt you in the past, you've seen into their heart. And let me just note this like beautiful lavender. Again, very calming presence for this pile. You have a very calming, sweet, gentle presence about you. So for your alignment message, we have here Uranus in Leo in the 4th house. So Uranus is the intellectual genius, could be also like quite imaginative. We have Neptune here in the 4th house of your psychology, your mind, yourself, and we have your Leo. So I'm hearing your ideas are brilliant, and believe in this. Your ideas are brilliant. If you're having a hard time, I don't know, we all go through our phases of life where we're trying to build something and it takes time, it takes layers, right? It takes layers to get through. And your layer that they're asking you to cut through is believing that your ideas are brilliant, believing that what you have to offer, your energy, that you're meant to be seen, that you can be more confident in what you do, what you create, how you think. This, they want you to amp this up, your confidence in yourself, in what you do and create for yourself. Yes. And I think open up your energy as well. So if you have a tendency, there's strong introverted energy coming through for this pile. So if you have a tendency to be quite introverted, if you want to build more around your imagination, you have strong imagination, so around your goals and around what you do, then just be, tap more into this courage and allow yourself to receive attention, because you're very receptive. It's like people want to give to you, be around you, but maybe just being comfortable with more people wanting to be around you, that might be something. I think you make really beautiful connections in life, but if you're interested in more connections coming into your life, then that would be something you can open up to. Okay, pile number 2, I'm going to go. So that's going to be the end of your reading. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Let me know if it resonated, and have a beautiful day or evening. If you'd like to work with me personally, all of my information is down below. Hey, pile number 3, if you chose the Vanilla Night, then this is going to be a reading. So I'm going to start off with picking up on energies, and then I'm going to read your crystal and then pull some cards. Okay, so guides, dial me into the energies of pile number 3, please. What do people admire about them? And why do they enjoy their vibe? Okay, so the first message I was getting like a sensation of like wings coming together, or flap. Maybe there's something about your energy or your presence that wakes people up. Or I was just getting like this, it's like a quick sensation. It's like snap, snap, flap. Like there's something about your energy that people admire, where you are able to, I don't know, like call or maybe even command or demand people's attention sometimes. And you're not afraid to do that. Like call attention to yourself. I would say people also admire your ability to like go in a direction that you feel very confident with or comfortable with in life. Is like you have this affinity for knowing what you want. Oh, hold on, let me zoom this in a little bit more. Yeah, so it's like okay, I'm hearing like snap decisions. Like, I think you make decisions quite quickly in terms of what you want to do or what you want to create for yourself. It's like you just know. There's like an intuitive knowing. So I'm seeing someone like they're in the store now and they are pointing to the exact, I don't know, outfit that they want. They're just like that. So there's a decisiveness about you that people really admire. Okay. So the next thing I was hearing was I see you. I see you. I think you pay attention. So there's something about you where it's like you really pay attention to what you're doing or what's going on in your life. You're very observational. You really pick up and notice things. You notice details, or maybe you notice things that people don't usually notice. But I'm also getting this feeling of like people feel seen around you, or they feel seen in your energy. They feel seen by you. They really admire this. You make them feel seen. So I feel like you're the type of person you would note like these little details, like, oh, hey, thank you, Janet, for spending that little extra time with the kids today. It's like you notice these little details about people and it just makes them so happy. Is what I'm getting. It's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe they noticed that I did that. You notice like these little things. I'm getting, okay, now being taken to Obama. He's like a moon in Taurus in the 10th house. And the reason why he's a projector, so he has this sense for intuitively picking up on what people need. So I think maybe intuitively you know what people need. And I think you're also quite confident about this. It's like you just know or you sense, and you can kind of like almost pinpoint what's going to make a person happy or make them smile. And you're willing to offer this experience to them. So like Obama, for example, they said even though he like had all of this stuff, he was highly intelligent, but he also really remembered all of these little things about people. He was very community oriented. So I think you're very community oriented, where you connect with people, or you notice things about them. You make them feel seen. Kind of like Leo energy, but moon energy in general. Moon energy, especially in the 10th house, can make you quite popular and well liked because you're very intuitive about everyone else's energy. Okay. What do people admire about pile number 2? Or sorry, 3. Okay, so I was seeing like a bird look up underneath something. I think you get, okay, so there's something about you where maybe you like to be nosy or very curious about things and you kind of peek into it and people really admire this about you. I'm just getting the sense that, like, let's say if you were in a new city, you would be the type of person who's like, let's go in this building. Let's go there. Let's go let's do that. Let's do this thing. Like randomly, you would just say, let's do it without planning it. It's like if something piques your curiosity, you want to follow it. You want to follow the trail. So I think people admire that because I'm getting from the energies around you is that people, they're not as brave or courageous or willing to step out of their comfort zone to try something different. You know, they're more of like going the safe route versus being more whimsical and open to adventure. I think you're open to adventure at times, and people really like this about you. What else? Yeah, I think you're quite community oriented, family oriented. I feel like some of you have a huge family. Huge family. Like second, third, fourth cousins. I don't know. I think you guys have the ability. Okay, now I'm being taken to my sister, and now I'm thinking about the projector energy. Maybe you are a projector, but projectors, what's great about them is they just kind of, they're like obsessed with being like in the community or a part of their community. They're always checking up on family and seeing how everyone's doing. They're like, okay, how are you doing? How are you doing? How are you doing? You know, they're always kind of checking in on people and seeing how they're doing. And that's what makes them so likable, because they remember all these little details about people. They really keep track of what's going on in other people's lives, and they really care. They genuinely care about what's going on in other people's lives as well. So there's a lot about that for this pile. Why do people admire my pile number 3 guides? Yeah, I'm kind of like picking up on Aries energy. I think you guys are kind of like pioneers or leaders, or you lead. People really admire this about you. You proceed forward. You go for what you want. You follow your path, your candle, you light your way. Essentially is what I'm picking up. Okay, let me see what I can pick up from the crystal. We got Vanadinite. I always think of this as the pop star crystal. Yeah, I think there's something about this pile. At times you're willing to stand out, or you're not afraid to stand out. You're willing to be seen. I am getting a bit of a sassy, bold energy from this pile as well. Sassy, bold, and direct, but not like mean or heartless. It's like direct in a, like direct but heartwarming is what I'm getting. So I'm like seeing a woman. I don't know. These scenarios that are painted in my head are so funny. And it's like the way she's talking to her friends at a coffee shop that I'm like, oh, okay. It gets my attention. I think you have a really fun sense of humor. Very engaging sense of humor. Playful energy about you. But you're grounded. I'm getting grounded as well from this pile. Responsible, grounded. Some of you are mothers. I'm picking that up. I don't know. This woman feels like a mother to me for some reason. That's wants to come through. Because she's like playful but responsible is what I'm getting. So maybe that's why that combination makes for that. I'm getting Amy Schumer is what I'm picking up from this pile. I'm getting her vibe a lot. She's very funny, humorous. She doesn't take herself too seriously. She's comfortable in her body. There's like a lot of awesome qualities about Amy Schumer. There's a boldness about her, but it's not, I don't know, maybe some people would say she tries too hard. I don't think she does. I think she's mostly herself. And sarcastic, but in like a really fun way. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to your cards and see why do people admire you. Why do people admire you? Pile number 3, please. Four of Cups. Yeah, I would say there's like an unbothered energy about you. Let's see. What else can I say? Yeah, I feel like that's like a lot of unbothered energy about you. It's like, I think you are quite focused on, you know, the things that interest you in you and what really want to pull, things that really pull your attention. Clarify the Four of Cups for me. Magician. So I have all the resources I need, inner and outer. Creativity, action, power. Yeah, so there's this strong trust when it comes to yourself. I think you just kind of internally trust yourself. To me, this Four of Cups feels like I'm not distracted by what's going on in other people's lives, or I'm not really distracted by other things or what other people want or desire. I'm kind of more focused on what I want is what I'm getting. It's like, that's what you like to do. People really admire that you focus on what you want. You don't get distracted. You don't get caught up in like shiny things or shiny object syndrome. Like if something looks shiny and it looks like a really good opportunity, you don't really care if someone's offering something to you just because it looks good. You want what you want is what I'm getting. It's like you want what you want. And I'm going to manifest what I want. You focus on your own desires and getting what you want and visualizing it and then creating and manifesting it for yourself as opposed to getting distracted. Yeah. Yeah, your energy feels quite direct in that sense. Okay, why do people admire my pile number 3? We got here. Justice card. Yeah, I think you feel quite balanced. Honest, truthful, direct as well. You have integrity about yourself as well. Clarify. Oh, it says I get what I give. Ooh, I like that. You have this understanding of the way the universe works. As above, so below. I think you have a natural flow with the universe and how it works and operates. Clarify the Justice card, please. Clarify the Justice card, please. That's a lot. We have here Three of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups. So yeah, I think people feel like you are definitely a leader in a sense. They respect or they admire, they look up to you. They want to get advice from you. It seems like you know what you want. You trust yourself. You intuitively dial into your intuition in guiding you. Some of you may be team leaders and actually lead a team here, a manager of some sort, and people really admire your leading capabilities. But it comes from a very like feminine, nurturing place. So it's like you treat your team members like their family or like they're your kids. And in a sense, it's like you're here to help them in life, like kind of like mother them. It's very like nurturing energy that you offer to them. What else? I think you help them to learn. Yep. You help them to learn to understand how the world works. People may also admire your ability to kind of create success in your life as well, if that's something you feel quite confident in. I think you're just team oriented too. It's like you're a leader, but I'm getting that people enjoy working with you. They enjoy working with you because you seem focused, determined, you seem very decisive. Oh yeah, and I said that. We have the Justice card. So I feel like you guys are quite decisive. You weigh the pros and cons and then you figure out, okay, this is what we should do. And you're about doing the right thing a lot as well. Doing the right thing. But there's a lot about you listening to your desires. With the Queen of Cups and the Four of Cups, I feel like you really do listen to your desires and what you want. That's a really good trait and quality to have, because most people tend to be more people pleasers. And I feel like this pile is not a people pleaser is what I'm getting. Okay, why do people admire my pile number 3? Ooh, we got the Hierophant. So you guys are teachers. Teachers. Clarify the Hierophant, please. You guys got the High Priestess? Oh my goodness. Okay, so super intuitive. A strong sense of like inner, outer. You guys are like manifesting beast, I gotta say. There's something about you where you just like intuitively to say, okay, like this is what I want to do. This is what I want to create in my life. And then you kind of do it and you create it for yourself. But you're also teachers. Like people really look up to you for your advice, the way that you see things and pick up on things, and your spiritual insight about how the world works and how they can do better. Yeah, I think you get people's attention quite a bit. Sometimes it's hard if I look at it upside down. I don't really pick up that much. Yes, so you guys are most definitely seen as like a priestess or like a priest in your community. People really look up to your intuitive understandings, your spiritual understandings about how the divine works. So you guys may actually be spiritual teachers in this pile, whether it's an energy you emanate or it's something you actually do. You're very intuitive. You're very, very, very intuitive. Very, very intuitive. Okay. What do people admire about my pile number 3, please? We have here square. Clarify that. Mercury. You're a problem solver. Yeah, you're a problem solver. It's like people can come to you with their problems and you kind of helped them to resolve it. It's like you know what the right answer is or the right solution is. They feel like after they leave, having talked to you, they know what they need to do. So if there ever is a challenge in life, it just seems like you're able to kind of think your way out of it and brilliantly remove yourself from the situation and move forward into something better. But you seem to not, excuse me, I feel like they feel as though you're very intelligent, especially with that magician here. You're very intelligent, but at the same time, you have an intuitive intelligence about you where you know how to operate or move through things with ease. I think you have a way of communicating to people exactly what they need to do when it comes to both the practical as well as the intuitive knowledge and how to apply it to their life. You make people really think about how they can problem solve and see things differently. So I was like seeing that bird that was peeking up and looking at something. I felt like that was also very representative of being very curious about, or kind of like someone who takes things apart, like a mechanic. So someone who studies something. I feel like you guys study things and people study the way you study things. They admire this. You study life and you try to figure out like what's the best solution. And we are getting like intuitive leaders. And I was talking about Obama, who has a moon, exalted moon in the 10th house. So you guys are very intuitive and intuitive leaders specifically. Why do people admire my pile number 3 here? 44, Saraswati Mastery. So people really admire the things that you've been able to master in your life. I'm getting like very thorough energy with this High Priestess, this Hierophant, and this Queen of Cups, and this Justice card, and the Magician. I would say that you guys most definitely really think things through thoroughly. Like you don't just learn yoga. You go and you try to learn, you take a class on it, and then you apply the practice for years and years until you feel like you mastered it. So you really put to use what you learn. And that's why people really take you seriously, because they can either sense or they've seen you put in the effort and the daily work to master what you're trying to do, what you're trying to create for yourself. So with the 44, it's about stability. So I feel like people feel like you're someone to look up to, a very stable force to look up to, someone who's created, you're someone who's created a really strong foundation for how to be an adult, is what I'm getting from your energy, like how to be an adult in this world. People really admire your spiritual beliefs, your belief system. A lot of people admire the way you think. It's like an intuitive thinking. They admire your belief system around the world and how you understand how it works. Okay, so let's pull some more cards. Why do people admire my pile number 3? Time for a nap. Oh, that's so interesting. Yeah, so very intuitive, but as well as you honor and you respect your cycles, you respect your time. You take care of yourself, you rest. With this 4 of Cups, I wouldn't doubt if some of you guys are really into meditation or yoga here. Yoga. People really admire like that you don't get caught up in the problems of the world. You kind of focus your energy inwardly whenever you need to focus on yourself and focus on your rest and focus on relaxation, which is a very important part of life that we often take for granted. We do. This is something it doesn't seem to be like you take it for granted. You actually do give yourself time to rest and relax and dream as well. Yeah, very relaxed energy. It's like you're not trying to rush through life. Why do people admire my pile number 3? Dreams. Wow. So yeah, that's so funny. I said that and then it comes out. You guys are dreamers. So people really admire that you are focused on, I would say with the 4 of Cups next to the Magician, you are very much focused on your dreams. You're very much focused on creating a life that people only dream about. You're actually trying to make it happen or realize it or allow it to happen. People admire you for having dreams because they're more caught up in, I'm getting that they really admire it because they wouldn't even think of that. Like they wouldn't even allow themselves to think that some of the things that you desire to do are possible. Yeah. I'm getting that this pile, most definitely powerful manifestors. I think you guys are going to create a really beautiful life for yourself. And even if you feel like at this point that, you're like, okay, I'm kind of dreaming. I just saw 22 on the clock, which is, related to being a visionary and dreaming. even if at this point in time in life you feel like, oh, well, there's so much I want to do. I feel like over time it's going to like accumulate. It's like, you're someone who dreams big, is what I'm getting. Okay, so why do people admire my pile number 3? Pile number 3. Inspiration and knowledge. You guys are teachers. So I don't know what you guys do now, but you guys gotta be teachers. You gotta be teachers with this energy. You gotta be. Because it says here, let me connect above and below, let the knowledge of ancestors flow. Isis, goddess of magic, I ask thee to bring inspiration to me. Goddess of magic. Okay. You guys are magic. Yeah, you're the high priestess, you're the hierophant, and the magician. You guys are magic. I think people are just blown away by what you've been able to create in your life, because it's just, these are things that people wouldn't have think of like are possible. You find a way to make it reality. You're dreamers. You find a way to make it reality. You find a way to make the impossible possible. People find you a huge inspiration in their life. And very knowledgeable. Again, I think you guys study. Some of you guys have done quite a lot of study about how the world works and how it operates. A lot of this is intuitive knowledge, but you guys are book smart too, as well, with your intellect and the way you see things, your perspective. So 2 and 8 add up to 10, which is about end of a cycle, birth of a new, about creating new cycles in our life. And then 1 and 9 add up to 10 as well. 8 is about stability and prosperity. And 9 is about Sagittarius energy, the dreamer, being a dreamer, allowing yourself to create a new reality. Okay, we'll pull, I think, a few more cards and then we'll end this. Excuse me. I think I might need a little bit of water. Okay, we have here, child wounded. Awakens compassion and desire to serve other wounded children, opens the learning path of forgiveness. So there's the word learning stuck out to me. So you guys are very empathic. That was not what I was going to say. I was going to say sympathetic or compassionate is what I really meant. You guys are very compassionate people, but you're sympathetic as well as empathic. So you really tune into what people need. Your community leaders, you find a way to offer this experience to other people, let them be seen. I was seeing Obama. Oh my gosh, that really fits this reading. Like you guys are both. So you guys are Obama. He's intelligent as well as intuitive and empathic, whether he realizes it or not. You just know and you sense for what people need and what they're trying to create for themselves, and you want to offer that experience. You want to make sure that people feel as though they're not alone. They're not alone in what they're trying to create here. They're not alone in their suffering. And you're trying to elevate people to that higher level of forgiveness as well. Okay. Why do people admire my pile number 3? Shield Maiden, make plans and focus. Yeah. So you guys are most definitely about accomplishing your goals and getting it done. Whatever needs to get done, you get it done. You're very decisive is what I'm picking up. So it's like when you make plans and you need to focus, you do it. So Shield Maiden, this is all about... Shield Maiden, isn't this tied to protection? Let me intuitively pick up on what's going on here. It's so interesting because I think you guys are extremely intuitive, but at the same time, you guys have a really nice balance of like cerebral energy with like, it's like you're very right and left brain. Right and left brain. So it's like science and magic kind of coming together and making it one. So with the Shield Maiden, you guys are willing to do the work that you need to do to create the life that you want to create. So you're willing to put in the work and the effort. So if you need to make plans, you'll make the plans. You'll set out a whole map and blueprint for what you need to do to get to where you need to go. And then you just get focused, you get in it, and then you accomplish it. And, that's why you're a powerful manifestor, because you do the inner and the outer work. You do the inner work and the outer work. You look inside and you say, what do I want? What do I desire? And then you go accomplish it and you go get it for yourself. Okay. I feel like I want to pull one more. Which one? I want it to be really cool. Which is funny way to say that. Let's do this. Oh, okay. I'm going to do one more because that one came out weird. Why do people admire my pile number 3? Oh, okay. We'll take her. So the first one we got was Lady Nada, Heart Awakening, Awaken to Acceptance and Divine Love, Give and Receive in Balance, and we have the Justice card. So I feel like you guys are quite giving because I'm getting like a lot of people, like communities around you, and you understand this intuitive balance when it comes to how that works. Like people, I feel like people just kind of flock to you because you're meant to be, is what I'm getting, is you're meant to be a teacher in this lifetime. So that's why you're so curious about the world and the way it works, and you're so curious about spirituality. But not only that, you really dive inward to see like what's going on. Like what am I sensing? What am I feeling? So it's your heart and your heart's intention that really pulls people to you, because you really intend to, with this child wounded, help people feel seen and heard. With this hope, love, and acceptance, love is yours. Recognize your divine worth, choosing loving thoughts. Yeah, I feel like I don't know what you guys do, but I feel like you guys are already coaches here with this love and acceptance, because I feel like you guys have like a seniority about what you're able to do and offer to people here. This doesn't feel new. It feels very developed. Yeah, so you give people hope. You give people hope. You inspire them to see life differently, to really see how they can get excited about what they're creating for themselves. And accept themselves as well. Like you have a lot of, I think this is what you offer to yourself, is you offer love to yourself and acceptance to yourself. This is a practice you are very much involved in. You're involved in a constant purification. And I definitely get that with the 4 of Cups too. It's like you're constantly looking inward to see how can I purify for myself, right? You're manifesting, you're cleansing both your inner and outer world. You're looking inward for how I can tap more into my heart, but you're also outwardly reflecting that into your reality. So I think people just feel like a very loving presence around you because this is what you're creating in yourself. Okay. Am I done? Yes. I love this message. Recognize your divine worth. So you're here to help people recognize their divine worth. If you like, strong life purpose is coming through for this pile. So if you didn't know what your life purpose was, I think that's pretty obvious at this point. Okay, alignment message for pile number 3, please. We have here Sagittarius in the 10th house in Saturn. Yeah, you guys are leaders. So your alignment message is to continue being the guru and the teacher. You have this like very disciplined, structured approach to, that's why you are a mastering things, because you actually put in the time to understand how things operate and how they work. But without question, you are on this path to building more of like a spiritual, I'm getting like a spiritual like castle. I don't know what to call it, but you're building something. When it comes to spirituality, it's like your success, your abundance, your like it's all tied to you being a teacher and offering your guidance to other people. Here, it's like the more you seek and are a seeker of life in terms of like spirituality, the more people will flock to you, the more people will get help and resolve and peace and hope. So just continue on that path. I feel like you're already doing it. But this is a long game is what they're saying. It's a long game for this pile. Like you can't even imagine what you're going to achieve. Maybe you've tried, but you can't even imagine what you're going to achieve 10 years from now. Okay, pile number 3, I'm going to go ahead. I don't know if I've been calling you pile number 2. Sorry, I meant to call you pile number 3. Pile number 2 has a totally different energy, so you could check it out if you want to, but it's totally different vibe. I hope you guys enjoyed that reading. Let me know if it resonated. If you'd like to work with me personally, all my information is down below. Have a beautiful day or evening. Bye. Hi, pile number 4. If you chose the Tangerine Quartz, and this is going to be your reading. So I'm going to start off with picking up on energies, and then I'm going to read your crystal, and then pull cards. So we are looking into what do people admire about you. Well, the first thing I was getting was a playfulness. I think you have a playfulness about you that people really like, that they really enjoy. And that's what they admire about you. Perhaps you don't take life too seriously. That's what they also admire about you. Well, I was given the imagery of a crab. I feel like a happy crab. So maybe there's an aspect to you that's like quite introverted, or you can be in your shell at times and then you come out. I think people like maybe like both sides to you, the dualistic side to you. Sometimes you're to yourself, but sometimes you're very much available and ready to party and have a good time. What do people admire about pile number 4? Okay, well, maybe some of you are dancers. I was getting a really fluid energy. So I think people maybe admire the way you move your body. Maybe you're into fitness or working out or something to do with the body. That's why people admire this about you. Just realized that was not in the picture. Yeah, so it's like the way you move your body. I'm getting this like sense like you're willing to like make fun of yourself. You're willing to, I don't know, not take yourself too seriously. You have like a really fun sense of humor. You're a team player is what I'm getting as well. I feel as though this pile, you are a team player. You're willing to carry your fair share of the weight, and people really admire this about you. I think people just admire your strength in general, your ability to hold on or keep things up, keep things stable. I'm really getting like team player, play your part, do your part is what they really admire. It's like you do your part in the mission. I don't know, people really like that about you. You help the team out. Like people find you valuable. It's like we find you valuable. You help the team out. We are grateful. You have a very excitable nature about you, or you excite people. You uplift their energy. So I feel like if you're, for example, if you're at the front of the class and you're giving a presentation or something, or you're talking to your friends and you're having a really good conversation, you know how to bring the tempo up is what I'm getting. It's like you know how to bring the energy up or uplift people or pull them up. I think you're really good at entertaining people or giving them a show as well. I just get a lot that people admire you. I feel like this pile, you have a lot of friends, so you have a lot of people around you. Because I just get that you're one with the team. I keep getting that. It's like you're willing to be a part of the team. So you probably have no problem. You may have no issues standing out, but you're definitely very comfortable with being a part of a team and a group of people in an organization and supporting it. Supporting, something you believe in. Your soul tribe. I think tribe energy is very important for this pile. I think you guys really enjoy that. Yeah, I'm being taken to the boys from Stranger Things, and like they all have like their personalities. They're into D&D, and they're best friends. It's like I feel like this pile, you have best friends, or like multiple best friends, or you're really close with your friends, or you really understand who your friends are. You really get them. You really get to know them. You're always down, is what I'm getting. It's like you're down for like having fun, having a good time. Hey, come over to my house. Let's talk. Let's hang out. Let's do this. Hey, what's going on in your life? Let's talk. Let's do this is what I'm getting from this pile. Okay, let me see what else I can pick up here. So you guys got the tangerine quartz. I like this guy. It's getting pretty popular. He's one of my newer crystals. Okay, I'm being taken to the song from, was it Toy Story? You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. I don't know the lyrics, but that's just like one of them. It's about friendship. Friendship is huge for this pile. You guys are friends. It's like you are the type of person you're like, you got a friend in me. You need a friend. I'm a friend. I'm reliable. I'm here. I love my friends. I'm part of this support unit. Yes. Awesome. Like I was seeing a hand reaching out to, I think it's like if your friends need to move or go somewhere or do something, maybe you guys have strong Aquarius or a third house energy or Gemini energy. It's like if your friends ever need help, or even Leo, if your friends ever need help, you're just like, okay, I'm there. Whatever you need, I got you. I got you covered. Yeah, I'm hearing school of fish. So it's like, you guys come in flocks. I feel like you guys are about flocks. You guys are about tribes. You guys are about your team. This is what people really admire about you. Why do people vibe with my pile number 4 guides? Why do they vibe with them? I'm just like getting the sensation like people feel lucky like to have you in their life. Because you're just like, you're a golden, I don't know, golden heart. That's what I'm getting, gold. Golden heart. You have a good heart. You have a good heart, and people really admire this about you. Yeah. I think you really make people smile too. Like you have this way of making people smile. Put a smile on their face. And there's something about you where you're very relatable. So it's like if you've gone through hard, challenging things in your life, you're like, yeah, me too. Like if someone's telling you about what's gone and happened in their life, you're like, yeah, me too. You know, you're relatable. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull cards. Why do people admire my pile number 4? Pile number 4. Why do people admire you? Ooh, okay. Oh my goodness. So you guys got the High Priestess. Very nice. Okay, we'll get a clarifier for that. Yeah, I think you guys are like a priestess in your tribe, in your community. You're very tapped into kind of like knowing yourself, but you also offer the knowledge. You know, to be the higher priestess is all about being available to offer, you know, truth and understanding to other people. Clarify the High Priestess. Six of Swords. You have a very calming, nurturing energy about you. I mean, I'm getting like fun vibes, energetic energy too. We'll probably see those in the later cards, but you have this wisdom. You're very wise. People really admire your wisdom. They really look to you for... It seems like with the Six of Swords, I feel like you've gone through things in life where you've experienced struggle or you've experienced some kind of hardship at some point in time, and you've learned from that. And people really admire that you've been able to do that, but then you also offer the wisdom too. You also pass on this knowledge. You also say, hey, you're part of my community. What do you need? How can we get you through this situation? I feel like when people are going through hard times, you're the one they want to come to. You're the one they want to come to. You're the one they want to talk to, because you have this understanding about you, and you're very non-judgmental about what's going on in their lives. You offer a safe haven, is what I'm hearing, for people energetically, maybe also physically too. Why do people admire my pile number 4? Yeah, Six of Cups. You're the friend. You're the forever friend. You probably have childhood friends like crazy. Like you have a lot of childhood friends who you've been friends with since forever. Clarify the Six of Cups here. Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, you have taken the time to put you put in the time into your friendships. You invest into your friends. You put the time into building your connections and your friendships. That's why people take you seriously in terms of wanting to build a connection with you. You're very genuine. You have a good heart with the Six of Cups. Very pure heart, good intentions, and you actually put in the work. It's like you actually spend time. You actually arrange for people to be like, okay, do you want to go hang out? You want to go do this? What do you want? You want to... You know, you really have put in a lot of energy and work into your connections. Why do people admire my pile number 4? I think people have also seen you mature into yourself as well. Ace of Pentacles, Three of Swords. That's an interesting combination. Okay. Yeah, I feel like people just feel seen by you. They feel very seen by you. With Three of Swords and the High Priestess and the Six of Swords. I feel like you have a very nurturing, very healing energy about you. And again, with this hand reaching out, it's like you offer that safe haven to people. Clearly, you offer it physically, too. I think you're quite generous. You're generous with your time, but you're also generous with your resources, too. So you're willing to share. So it could be something as simple as, like, you're very thoughtful. Like, you're the type of person, you ask your friend, you're going to go get coffee, and you ask your friend, hey, do you want a coffee, too? Hey, would you like this, too? Would you like... I was actually taken to my coworker, and she's very much like this. She's always like checking in to see how's everyone doing. She's very close with her friends. Very much a talker too, but she always talks about her life. She's so nurturing, so connected to her loved ones. But yeah, I'm getting that same vibe. I think you share and you're willing to unveil, the difficulties that are going on in your life. You're very relatable, but at the same time, you listen to other people and what's going on in their life. What's the conflict? What kind of heartbreaker they're going through. You're there for them. When they're going through it, you're not judging them. You're just there to support them. Okay, let's see what else. We'll do one more. Why do people admire for the tarot? Why do people admire my pile number 4? Knight of Cups with the Four of Cups. People really admire that you are interested in seizing opportunities. You're like an opportunist here. So like you're about seizing the opportunity to create something new and exciting and beautiful for yourself. You're about seizing the opportunity. You really want to do something that makes your heart sing. You really want to do something you're passionate about. You really want to do something that is in tune with creating more fulfillment in your life. You want fulfillment on all levels and in all areas, like with your connections, your friendships, your divine counterpart, your career, just fun things to do. You want fulfillment on all levels. That's what you're trying to create for yourself. You're trying to seize the opportunity to create an unfolding, like a line of opportunities for yourself continuously. Okay, so let's see. I feel like there's a satisfaction too. Even though you may dream and want and desire for more, I feel like you're quite satisfied and quite comfortable and even content with what you got. I'm getting a lot of humble energy for this pile. It's like, you don't care about having the nicest house or the nicest this or nicest that. You're just appreciative of what you already have, and people really appreciate this about you. You just seem like you're already fulfilled and already content because you're already grateful for what is showing up in your life. Okay. Why do people admire my pile number 4? We have here warrior. So we have strength, skill, discipline, and toughness of will, heroism, stoicism, and self-sacrifice in conquering the ego. Yeah, so you... Why did I drop it like that? That was so weird. Okay, so you've been willing to push through the difficulties, the challenges in life. People really admire this about you. You probably have been, like, maybe you've had your heart broken at one time, and somehow you've been able to get back up and create a new beginning for yourself. People really admire that about you. You're willing to be a peaceful warrior and fight for yourself, fight for your happiness. Set aside your ego as well. I think that really stands out for this pile because you guys do feel quite humbling to me. You set aside your ego and really focus on what matters in life, the real intangible, generous quality of what is available in life. And I was saying people admire your strength. We have strength here. And discipline. I think you're quite disciplined when it comes to your emotions and how you operate with them. Okay. We have monk, nun. And we have here victim, prevents you from letting yourself be victimized or victimizing others. And we have here selfless devotion and single-minded dedication to spirit. So I think there was most definitely a time in your life where you have been disappointed and people have hurt you. But instead of staying the victim, you decided to rise above it. You decided to create something new for yourself. And people really admire your connection to your spirituality. They feel like you're also quite selfless, as I'm getting that from this pile. You're quite selfless, you're quite generous to others and offering that aid. It's like you're the type of person, when you get more, you want to give more. When you get more, you want to give more. And you're in charge of, with this warrior and victim energy, like next to each other, it's like you're the one who's chosen to create this new pathway for yourself in terms of being more decisive about what you want, as opposed to staying stuck in situations that don't serve you. You know, you've moved on and you've used your spirituality to really align, raise your energy, and give yourself more hope. Why do people admire my pile number 4? They admire you because of your marriage. Okay. That's funny. I'll get clarifiers for that because I'm like, I don't think everyone's going to be married. But all in all, I'm getting, it's so funny that I said divine counterpart because I don't know why I said that. I'm like, you're connected to people, but for some reason I specifically said divine counterpart. So some of you are married and you're in a very like healthy, fulfilling relationship after learning how to be in an unhealthy relationship. More than likely with this 3 of Swords and the 6 of Swords, it's like you have had times where people have disappointed you, but you're like, well, I'm going to create something really beautiful with the people who are in my life. I'm going to make the most of it. And actually, my coworker, she has a really great marriage to her husband. Very loving. Very, very loving. Clarify the marriage, please. Kind of wanted to come out. Let me pull my other deck because this one doesn't have any cards out. But all in all, I think you're just a reliable person to be with. Like, you're the type of person people want to, even if they're not like romantically married to you, they're married to you through friendship. Like, they're devoted to you through friendship. They're devoted to you, I don't know, as your coworker, because they're just like, I want to have you in my life forever. You're a forever person. You're very stable to have in life forever. Clarify the marriage card. Page of Cups, yeah. Yeah, okay. You have a good heart. Again, it's just coming through. Like, good heart, pure intentions when it comes to the love you have for those around you. Clarify the marriage card. 5 of Cups. Yeah, so you guys have, like, learned how to turn lemons into lemonade, is what I'm hearing. You've learned how to turn lemons into lemonade. Like, start again, start anew, create a fresh start, manifest beautiful connections, manifest something better for yourself. Even when things were not going right, you decided to shift your mentality to create something beautiful. So some of you have manifested a really healthy divine counterpart in your life. But for those of you who haven't yet experienced this, this is your potential. Just to let you know if this is what you're looking for. But all in all, you're the type of person people commit to for life. We have here Mahavatar Babji, soul expansion. Your consciousness is expanding. You understand the connections between all things. Wow. Yeah, so I'm getting, again, non-judgmental energy from that. It's like non-judgmental. You're very open to, like, whatever. So you're not strict or judgmental about certain kind of religions or spirituality. You're very open to understanding the soul at a soul level. You're interested in knowing thyself at the core and knowing people at their core and seeing the heart of people, not the superficial. Yeah, so people really, strong spiritual energy for this pile. I think people definitely admire that and how you're able to do that and create that for yourself. Okay, why do people admire my pile number 4? Lady, enjoy growth and reap rewards. You guys got reap rewards twice. Because 7 of Pentacles is about the same thing. It's about reaping rewards. So I think you guys are quite generous. You've also been able to create a lot of abundance in your life as well. You enjoy the fruits of your labor. It's what I'm hearing. You enjoy the fruits of your labor. Like, you're like, okay, kind of like work hard, play hard, but you're willing to, like, be generous and spend and have fun, not just like be limited. But you give off this quite abundant energy. Clarify the lady, please. Lady, whoa. Two of Cups with the King of Swords and the World card. What an interesting combination. Yeah, I mean, again, with the generosity, I think you're quite giving to people. People pour into you, you pour into them. With that King of Swords energy, I just saw 22 on the clock. We'll look that up in a minute. There's an authoritativeness about you, maybe even about the way that you communicate. Some of you may actually be leaders in your job, what you do, what you create for yourself. You're a leader. You really work to be very direct with people and let them know what needs to be done. I'm getting strong team player. With the Two of Cups, I wouldn't doubt it. That's very much team player energy. Even the marriage card's team player. And then with this World card, success. You guys give off the energy of success. You know, whether you've achieved it or not, you definitely give it off. You emanate it very strongly. So people admire you for the success that you have been able to create in your life, whether it's energetically or monetarily. But I feel like you have been able to do both because I'm getting generous energy from this pile. Quite generous. Strategic, thoughtful. To me, the King of Swords, he's very strategic. He knows how to create success through just like thinking. Very intelligent, so you really think things through intellectually. Even with the Three of Swords, I think you guys think things through and you really think about, how can I create this or do this in my life or build this? Why do people admire my pile number 4? We have here conjunction, union, merging, coming together. Yeah, you're a team player. You're about bringing people together. Why do people admire my pile number 4? And you guys are very intelligent. All right. Kind of getting a little connection between pile number 3 as well. Just a wee bit. Yeah, you guys are people really admire the way that you think. And the way that you make them think and the way that you expand their mind and see and process things differently. They even admire the way that you communicate, talk about things, the way that you... I'm getting definitely a connection is huge. The way you connect and network with people is huge for this pile with the Two of Cups. I want to pull some more cards for you. What do people admire about pile number 4? Message in a bottle. Yeah, you guys are intuitive communicators. I think communication is one of your gifts. We got the King of Swords, Mercury, message in a bottle, Three of Swords. Yeah, Six of Swords. So I think communication is actually one of your abilities. It's one of your gifts. People really admire this. With this message in a bottle, that's intuitive communication. So that's about like just knowing or sensing for things and just like communicating it to people and like being like, okay, this is what I feel like you can do. And then this is what you can do. And then this is what you can do. So maybe like a natural life coach, spiritual coach coming through here, teacher, speaker, inspirational speaker as well. Or just like maybe you do it through your music, your songs, your art, you communicate it as well. A lot of people admire my pile number 4. Merry Miracles? Oh my goodness. Guys, that's insane. What on earth? Okay, so I don't know. Maybe you had a really rough start in life. Like a really disappointing start in life. With that Three of Swords next to the Ace of Pentacles, maybe like physically you are bereft of security, but somehow you were able to push through those experiences and then create something miraculously for yourself and like turn it around. So there's something about you where people are like, your life is a miracle, or you're an inspiration in terms of somehow you could have been a victim, but you turned into like a victor in your life. You turned it around. People really admire this about you. Mary brought in the miracle of Jesus. Jesus was a miracle to the world. He passed on the knowledge communicated through the Bible about how we could elevate our lives and create a higher quality of life. So that's your energy. You could be a vessel for love, vessel for divine love for sure, that people really admire about you. Life purpose. Wow. You know your life purpose. People really admire that you know your life purpose. You're following your life purpose. You're in tune with your life purpose. So you guys really live a fulfilling life, I think. I mean, probably at this point. I think you're definitely creating it for yourself. Both internally as well as like monetarily, you're very tapped in, tuned in, and you're creating this experience for yourself. Wow. This energy is pretty insane. Very powerful. Okay. Oop. And we have here success. Wow. Okay, you guys are definitely successful. There we go. You guys are very successful at what you do. If you feel like you haven't manifested this, this is already the energy you're giving out into the universe, and then this is the energy you're going to pull in as you are drawing in more success towards your desires. So it says success that's true belongs to me, success with honor and integrity. So you guys are successful without question. People really admire. So if you guys are like, you have a business, if you've created this like a business or you're involved in a business, people really admire your skills, your structure, your quality in terms of what you create, your product. It's just top notch. That's all I can say. It's top notch. And it's very much what you're meant to be doing. Like, people really feel like this is what you're meant to be doing. This is who you're meant to be. You really give off that energy of like, this is what I'm meant to do. This is what I'm meant to create in my life. Okay, so I just got another message. Well, I think this came through earlier. If you've been disappointed in like a connection or a marriage, with the Three of Swords here, people admire your response to it. It's like, even though maybe you could have felt taken advantage of or really disappointed or hurt by the connections that have not worked out, you rose above it. You rose above it and you created a new beginning, and you decided, actually, I need to reassess my life and decide, what am I actually passionate about? What actually matters to me? And I think you really turn things around. Like, I'm getting like a whole story in this reading where you turned your life around, and it's like a miracle to other people. Okay, so let me look up the number here. Okay, so 2222. You have power and gifts that will light up the world. Focus on the highest good. You were born to shine. Okay, so for this pile, I wouldn't doubt it. You guys are born to shine. You definitely have powers. Okay, we got the High Priestess. I mean, come on. She's got powers here. So I think you guys have really this ability to just connect with the world, and your light, your orb is very expansive and bright. So just keep offering it. Let's go ahead and do an alignment message for this pile. Yeah. If I didn't say it already, you give off an energy of abundance as well. So we have here Sun in Leo in the 9th house. Talk about meant to shine. Wow. Okay, so Sun in Leo in the 9th house. You guys are meant to shine. And I think with the 9th house, you guys are meant to be teachers as well. You're meant to kind of offer an experience to people where you're helping them to align with what they need and creating a better quality of life. And you may do this through communication as well. Yeah. So this energy feels like responsible, mature. It feels tapped in, tuned in, stable, reliable, but kind as well. That's what I'm getting from this pile. And, I was picking up on the energy. I feel like, sometimes they don't always come through the cards, but I feel like you guys do have like a really rich inner child with the Page of Cups and the Six of Cups here. You have a rich inner child, and you can be quite playful in life, and your sense of humor, excuse me, my throat, your sense of humor really plays into building a beautiful experience with people. Yeah. Because I feel like usually people who are really good at communication, they know how to they know how to do it all. It's like humor is important, as well as like the serious undertones. That's important too, to be a part of as well. Yes. Okay. And Mercury in general can be a very playful planet, an energetic planet. Okay, pile number 4, I'm going to go ahead and end your reading here. Let me know if it resonated. If you'd like to work with me personally, all my information is down below. Have a beautiful day or